Merry Christmas, everyone. We here at MMHC like to take a break around Christmas so we can focus on being with family and enjoying the end of the year. We've got a lot of really exciting guests booked for next year, so please stay with us and keep on listening. We're also releasing our collaboration with the Discover More podcast, in which Eddie and I are interviewed by the fantastic Benoit Kim, so please check that out. We also want to take some time and thank the listeners. This year has brought about a lot of change for us. The show is kind of blown up this year. At the end of 2022, we're getting about 10 times the downloads we were getting at the beginning of the year. So big shout outs to Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, and iHeartMedia, who's been a major part of that growth. But mostly for today, we want to thank you, the listeners. Spotify Wrapped has told us that our show is in the top 5% of the most shared podcasts globally. That tells us that word of mouth and personal recommendations are a huge source of listeners for us. So if you've ever listened, shared with a friend, shared our posts, or helped us in any way, thank you. We truly appreciate your support. So if you're new to the show, welcome. Every year at Christmas, I like to get out my creative urges by doing a little Christmas concert. Although this year is not all Christmas music. And I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm going to try and do this all in one recorded take, so bear with me here. Music for me has always been an important release. I remember when I was about 12 years old, I had a conflict with a peer, and to be quite honest with you, I really wanted to kick that kid in the balls. But instead of acting on that energy, I wrote a song about it that was aptly titled, I Just Want to Kick Him in the Balls. I think it went something like this. I just want to kick him in the balls. Something like that. Can't remember the whole thing. This is the first time I can remember using music as an outlet to process strong emotions. Now, at the end of my rotations for residency, I like to play for my patients. I like to start out with something they know to draw them in, and then I like to switch to the songs that I've written to show what's worked for me. I always emphasize that mental health is so much more than just meds and therapy. It's about growth, self-exploration, crisis management, processing difficult memories, and so much more. Music is how I have processed the difficulties that I've been through in my life. My guitar has been like my therapist since I was 15 years old, over half my life now. I like to use music to get out my sad emotions so I don't have to carry them around with me every day. You might notice there's a hint of sadness in my music, and believe me, I'm fine. This is just how I like to heal, and I can't help but gravitate towards sad music. So everyone out there listening, I would encourage you to use your creative outlets. As people get older, they tend to give up on those things that helped them through when they were young. They say, oh, that's kid stuff. But music, poetry, drawing, painting, making models, reading, writing, these are the tools that help us better understand ourselves and the world around us, and help us cope with that which we cannot understand. So, in honor of Christmas, I want to start off with my favorite Christmas song. Nothing helps me feel warm and safe like Silent Night. Silent night, holy night, all is calm and all is bright round yon virgin mother and child. So tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, shepherds cry. quake at the sight. Glory stream from heaven afar. Heavenly hosts sing hallelujah. Christ the Savior is born. Christ the Savior is born. Silent night, holy night, Son of God and love's pure light, radiant beams from thy holy face, with the dawn of redeeming grace. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth. For me, Christmas has always been a happy time of the year. Both my parents were able to take the day off. We woke up to our favorite foods, presents under the tree, a roof over our heads, music playing, movies on in the background. My training in child psychiatry has taught me that our experiences as kids shapes our perceptions of the world as adults. I love Christmas because there are neural connections in my brain tying Christmas to family, food, love, warmth, lights, gifts, music, and fun. There are lots of people in the world that do not share the same experience. For some, Christmas is tied to neural connections of fear, loneliness, emptiness, disappointment, trauma, and cold. The holidays can be especially hard, as oftentimes we're reminded of those we have lost, who can't be here to celebrate with us. It's important to acknowledge that and to acknowledge them. So, even though this is not a Christmas song, it's a song about being alone, missing the ones you love, feeling empty. Here's Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here. So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail, a smile from a veil? Do you think you can tell? Did they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts, hot ashes for trees, hot air for the cool breeze, cold comfort for change? Did you exchange a walk-on part in the war for a lead role in a cage? We're just two lost souls living in a fishbowl, year after year, running over the same old ground. What have we found? The same old fears. I wish you were here. I always encourage people to surround themselves with friends and family during the holidays. If that's not possible, consider volunteering somewhere or going to an event that can stave off some of that loneliness. But some people just prefer to be alone, and that's okay too, if that's what you truly want. On the show a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned that I wrote a song about needing some space and time alone. Every once in a while, the job gets heavy, and I find myself needing to take a break. This happened the other day when a patient told me about some pretty immense trauma that she'd been through. I was able to take a moment, or I was able to be in the moment with her and help her heal, but I needed time and space to heal after too. So I stayed home and I stayed in and I wrote this song. I hope you enjoy. I don't want to speak today. My voice is tired and frayed. The words from my mouth aren't mine anyway. I just don't want to speak today. I don't want to go nowhere today. My feet are tired and my legs are in pain. Everywhere I go, I seem to stay in the same place. I just don't want to go nowhere today. I will lift you up, my friend, and I won't let your story end. Every little piece I give takes away my will to forgive myself when I get lost. Never thought to ask the cost, getting down to skin and bone, and I just need some time alone. Alone. I just need some time alone. I'm not like this all the time. I bottle it up and I let it out and rhyme. Sometimes it just leaks out as tears from my eyes. But I promise I'm not like this all the time. And I know I'm just a man, and I got these plans, make the world a loving place. I know that I can, but I also know that I am just a man. I will lift you up, my friend, and I won't let your story end. Every little piece I give takes away my will to forgive myself when I get lost. Never thought to ask the cost, getting down to skin and bone, and I just need some time alone. Alone. I just need some time alone. I can't explain, just always been this way. But I got to get away, get away. And I will lift you up, my friend, and I won't let your story end. But every little piece I give takes away my will to forgive myself when I get lost. Never thought to ask the cost, getting down to skin and bone. I just need some time alone. Oh, alone. I just need, oh, I just need some time alone. I think my introverts out there can identify with that one. So music is definitely one of my outlets, but another one is poetry. It feels like people don't think poetry is very cool these days. Using words to paint pictures and describe feelings can be such a powerful way to process the things that we've been through. I like including poetry in the Christmas special because there's a lot of really good Christmas poetry. More than just "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," which I actually did do last year. From a psychological perspective, I find Christmas kind of fascinating. It seems to me like we've developed specific traditions to try and stave off seasonal depression during the darkest part of the year. I don't think we developed these intentionally. I just think these things have stuck because these are the things that help us with our collective mental health. For example, we tend to eat a lot of poultry during Christmas, like turkey and chicken, which is high in tryptophan, which is what our bodies use to make serotonin, one of the neurohormones that repels depression. We surround ourselves with friends and family during the coldest part of the year when people tend to isolate and stay in their homes. We sing joyful songs to put us in a good mood. We bring Christmas trees indoors. There's been some evidence that shows that plants, being in nature, being around nature, plants specifically have pheromones and scents that can change our mood and reduce our stress levels. So I think it's interesting that we bring Christmas trees indoors. We open gifts that give us a big dose of dopamine release. And most importantly, we put lights on everything during Christmas. When the earth becomes its darkest, humanity shines through. Little nerd alert here when we like to talk about brains. Light has a huge impact on our mental health. And there's a lot of research currently going on about this subject. But light alters the release of melatonin and serotonin in your brain, actually changes our brain chemistry. That's why light boxes have been specifically proven to be a treatment for seasonal affective disorder. Here is a poem by Angela Wybrow entitled Christmas Lights. And I'm going to do it in an English accent because the rhyme at the end of this poem doesn't really make sense unless you have an English accent. So I'm doing it just for the poem's sake. Houses are decked with Christmas lights, which brighten up the long winter nights. The colourful lights flicker and flash. They fizz and whiz, they dance and they dash. Some light up section by section, while others run in all directions. Round and round some of them race, seemingly caught in an endless chase. In all directions the coloured lights flow. They brighten my mood with their gleeful glow. There's red, blue, purple, yellow and green. There are different designs and different themes. Houses and gardens are beautifully beaming, with Christmas lights so joyfully gleaming. The lights, they give a welcome so warm. They light the night from dusk until dawn. Merry Christmas from MMHC. Thank you so much for listening. And a quick shout out to my family and my wife, who are always the best parts of Christmas every single year.